This is a 1988 Ibishu Covet utility truck. It's the embodiment of two negatives don't make a positive. It has the structural integrity of a Denny's pancake and looks half-baked like a sketchy-ass conversion done by a crackhead in his garage. And part of the reason why I say that this is such a sketchy conversion, apart from the fact that it looks like it grew up with the Roosters, is because it has 2.8 liters of single overhead cam inline 6 power. And in a car like the Ibishu Covet, that means it loses out on one of its biggest selling points, which was in fact fuel economy. So unfortunately for the little Covet, which is supposed to be fuel efficient, it no longer is fuel efficient thanks to the thirsty farmer that's up front. And because it's a base spec Covet, that means that it has the bare minimum of what you need and no creature comforts whatsoever. And unlike the Roamer, which surprised me with how many features it had, this Covet is the exact opposite because it has the bare minimum of what you need. So that means a window defroster with a bunch of blank switches, manual windows, mirrors, and locks unlike what you would find in the Roamer or the Pessima even, the most basic of climate controls you will ever see as well as the most basic radio you will ever see, and right below it is storage with a cigarette lighter, and right above those you have the all-important clock option. So even in the 80s, the Covet was really bare bones on features, which made sense because it was an economy car, but still, this is supposed to be the utility truck version, so I would at least expect something a little more out of it. Or maybe not, because considering that this is an 80s economy car turned truck, all you really need is just an inline 6 to help you with torque, and that's it. But honestly, whenever you look at this thing, do you really expect it to come with all of the creature comforts that your modern car has? No, it's an 80s economy car that was turned into a truck, so all that really matters about it is utility. So does it at least excel in that? Well, let's find out. But before we dive deeper into the test, I wanted to see the performance on this Covet because it's no bigger than the V8s that they put in the higher trim Utes, but it's also bigger than the inline 4s that they put inside of the base spec Covets that weren't Utes. So let's test the performance on this thing by racing it. And the Covet will be racing against two contenders. One is a Yagmoor Pat with 17 horsepower, which should be easy to beat, and the other is a Hirochi side-by-side, which should also be pretty easy to beat because it's the base spec. Okay, race 1. Let me make sure I'm in first gear. Okay. We're in first gear. Now, the Yagmoor is very down on power and you can just see it huffing out smoke, so this thing should be very easy to beat. So on the count of 3, we'll go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Whoa, Whisman. Heavy Whisman. Oh yeah, just like that. Just left the Yagmoor in the dust. A clear win for the Covet. Alright, now it's time to race the Hirochi side-by-side. Alright, we're here with the next race with the Hirochi side-by-side, the Arata as it's called. I'm kinda scared to race this thing because it does have 80 horsepower, and yes, it's lightweight, but I'm down for it anyway, so I'm gonna make sure I'm in... Oh, that's reverse. Okay. Okay, clutch in. Alright. 3, 2, 1, and go. Oh no. Come on, Covet, yes! We're pulling back in. Perfect, perfect. The Covet wins again! And so, not to say I'm surprised, but the Covet won both drag races, which really isn't surprising considering the fact it has twice the engine as the Arata. But we need to test out many other cars to be able to see if the Covet can keep up. So, can it? Okay, now we're being put on the spot here. We have a minivan. I think it's a 3.5 liter minivan of some kind. And they want to race. So, I'm going to give it to them because why not? So, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, heavy wheel spin, heavy wheel spin. Come on, Covet. Yes, the Covet wins again. Alright, The final race, which is the one that I'm honestly kind of scared for, is this one. We're racing an all-wheel drive V6 coupe. Now this one I'm very scared for, so I'm almost positive they'll beat us, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because as long as we're beating on the Covet, it's all good. So, 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wheel spin. Oh no, he's beating us. Come on, Covet. Oh my god, yes, we're pulling in. Come on, Covet. Yeah, he was kind of drifting into my lane, but the Covet won both races, so let's go. It won all 4 races. So this Covet surprised me in terms of performance. It beat all 4 cars, which really aren't that surprising. But still, it beat all 4 cars. But that's not why you bought this. The main reason you bought this is for utility. So, can it excel in utility? So the Covet Ute's utility is probably the main reason why you would buy this thing. That's the main selling point anyway, considering it has a big bed in the back. So, how well does it haul stuff? Delivery, your package is here. So the Covet Ute obviously hauled stuff, and its utility is pretty perfect, so there's not much else you could really ask for with this car. So just like the Pessimil and Romer, the Covet is no good without a robust drivetrain. To see if it's really up to standards though, we need to run a few tests on it that otherwise would make this car completely useless. Well, even after trying to wear out the clutch, the Covet still is reliable as ever, so we gotta move on to the next test. So just like with the Pessimil and the Romer, the Covet can only put up with so much of your idiocy before it either gives out or you're caught. So let's see what the Covet can take. Unfortunately for the Covet, on that curb check test we did manage to pop both left tires, which really isn't a big issue since we have spares, but still, that's a little bit of points lost just for that. But as I said, we do have spare tires, so it went from this to this, all in a matter of a few minutes. The Covet, just like the other two cars, can only handle a certain amount of stress before it finally gives up. So to do this, we're going to put it through some extreme tests to hopefully live up to the name of being tough. Alright, let's take a look at the damage after around 3 laps in that foul lap. So, Oh my gosh, the bumper is about to fall off. Whole front end is now caved in. See all of this. She's still running. She's running good, actually. The window shattered on this side, unfortunately. This was always bowed in because of the freaking trailer. But I think the rear bumper is starting to come off some more. Kinda unfortunate, but hey, she's still running good, so yeah. Went up like 15, not even 15 minutes to try to get some gas, and two doors all of a sudden disappeared, and they're suddenly now in the bed. They cut them off while I was gone because they were kind of annoyed that the doors kept dragging, even though the bumper is clearly dragging now too. Oh well, doesn't matter. Let's move on. Came back not even like 10 minutes later back to the site, and she's taken. Yep, this inline 6 is definitely gonna die, so you know what? I think we're just gonna move on to the next test to finally kill this Covet. Uh-oh, she's slowing down. Slowing down substantially. Doesn't have a lot of life left in her, she's gonna friggin' blow up soon. Oh god, here we go. There she goes. Oh god, you definitely can kill an Ibishu, we've done it twice. Oh, come on, cover it. Yep, she's definitely about to die soon. I know I keep saying that, but honestly, she really doesn't want to die. Yeah, she's been lasting quite a while. These inline 6s are pretty robust. They're from Ibishu and they're an inline 6, so tough to kill. Oh. Oh, free. Oh, she just locked up like that. Oh god, oh no. Man, there really wasn't much smoke or anything. She kind of just blew through the block just like that. Yeah, you can see the top of the motor, she's fine, but I guarantee you there's a friggin' rod through the block right now that you just can't see. I'm surprised with how little she smoked. With the freaking Roamer and Pessima, there was plumes of smoke coming out before they died. This one, no, you just step on the gas and it just blew up. Wow. Okay. Well, she's dead. Oh my goodness, we were standing back a while for that one. Oh my goodness. That was a really big explosion. It moved, it shifted location. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh no. Oh my gosh, poor Coven. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at the unibody. That's not even a unibody, it's like a frame welded to a unibody. I told you, this is like a freaking conversion done by a crackhead in his garage. I told you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think that was definitely bigger than both explosions that we've had so far. Because it was the most violent, but it wasn't the most destructive somehow. It definitely didn't survive that. But at least now you have all the information you need about this amazing 1988 Ibishu Covet utility truck. But you're better off with not buying it. You can buy a Gavril D series for cheap these days, and that, at least, if you're lucky, comes with a V8.